Welcome back to MT and Live in the Mountains. I'm here with Dylan Tatum. He is the winemaker from the Grandfather Vineyards and Winery.
Vineyard and Winery.
Wonderful. Yep. Thanks so much for being here.
Not a problem.
So I was telling him earlier that he is the favorite person because he makes the wine. So tell us a little bit about the vineyard and how you guys got started.
Well, my folks, Steve and Sally Tatum, they have Tatum Galleries in Banner Elk, and they decided to, actually it started out, my dad had a little hobby winemaking. He planted about 100 vines in our backyard, and it's something he wanted to do on the weekends, and I was about 18, about to go to college, and I took a little bit of interest in that. I enjoyed, watching the process of the grapes growing and then what the grapes could turn into after that. Of course, I didn't drink any at that point. I wasn't old enough, but I definitely took an interest in it, and so I ended up going to Surrey Community College in Mount Airy, or it's actually in Surrey County in Dobson, right outside of Mount Airy. I lived in Mount Airy, but I went there for 2 years where they have a viticulture and enology program, which the viticulture is the grape growing and the enology is the winemaking. So I did that for 2 years, and I've kind of focused more on the winemaking part of it, the enology. And there's actually only 2 schools on the East Coast that have an actual enology program, and that's Surrey Community College and Cornell. So I probably wouldn't have gotten into Cornell, so I stuck with Surrey. But now there's actually some, there's still only 2 enology programs on the East Coast. There's, like I said, Surrey and Cornell, but there's some other popping up, like Appalachian State now has a fermentation science program. So that's just general fermentation science, and then you can kind of focus on wine or beer or distillate. So, but as of right now, there's still only the 2, and I really enjoyed going through that because you get to see 2 whole years of the whole process going from vine to the bottle. So it was a really good experience. And after I went to Surrey, I moved back to this area and started working as a beer and wine rep in this area for Empire Distributors. I worked in the B's, they call it, Boone, Banner Elk, Willing Rock, selling beer and wine. And I did that for about 3 years. And I was going to Appalachian State as well when I was doing that. I was going for a business management and entrepreneurship degree there. And about the time I finished up at App is about the time my dad decided he wanted to open a winery. And so we had about 3 times the amount of grapes we started with growing at that point. And in 2011, we decided to go ahead and open the doors to the winery. And it's been really well so far. We've done very well. It's a lot of fun too. It's a lot of work, but it's a whole lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like you and your dad share this interest, and it's great to be able to work side by side with your dad.
Oh yeah.
And he got very lucky too because you were just right out of college, ready to go.
I was raring to go, and he has his ideas and I have my ideas, so it's nice to have the old school aspect of the business, and then I try to bring in some new ideas and whatnot, and so it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Right now is actually the busiest time of the entire year because we got we've already harvested everything, but we're now making all the wine for the whole season. So it's a lot of work right now. But once winter comes around, it starts to slow down and gets a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
And you guys, not only you have the winery, you can come in and do tastings as well.
Yes, yeah. So we have a winery and a tasting room, and people can come in. What most people do is they'll come in, they'll do a wine tasting. Kind of figure out what wines they want to taste. We have all kinds of wines there. And a lot of people will get a bottle and they'll go sit by the river and just take it all in. That's what I grew up right there behind the winery, so to me it's it's home, and I do enjoy it a lot. But I've noticed everyone just loves coming there and hanging out by the river, and they'll spend hours out there with a bottle of wine and some cheese. We also sell some local cheeses there, so it's that's. And we also offer somewhat of a tour as well. We're a small, we do very small production, so there's not a whole lot to see. But if if people want to see our operation, we'll show them, where we keep all the tanks, the crusher, the stemmer, the press, and all the barrels. That's what people always want to see, is the barrels. So
Yeah.
I always take them back there and show them where the barrels are. But yeah, so we also offer some different events from time to time. We have that posted on our website a lot of the time. But during the summer months, at least, we have a lot of music, especially on Sundays. We actually had music this past Sunday, and I believe that may have been the last for the season. It depends on the weather, really, and it's looking like it might be kind of cold this weekend. But starting, in June, we start to do music again on Sundays. So
it's a great area. I've been out there, and it's great wine. It's a beautiful view. Definitely a great place just to come and hang out with some friends. I know my girlfriends and I, you've probably seen us down there. We love to go and sit by that beautiful, is it a river or stream?
It's the Watauga River.
The Watauga River runs
right
through
Watauga
it.
River.
And it's beautiful. It really, really is a great place to come and experience the wine, the local wine in the area. And it's a beautiful tasting room. You guys have done such a great job. I've been to an event out there too, and everyone is so nice, and like I said, the wine is very good. You guys do a great job.
Oh, good.
Now, one thing I do want to know, one thing I would love to do is actually come and take a tour, because I would actually like to see how it goes from grape to bottle. That would, to me, is very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So that's, a lot of people like to do that, and we do offer that. But like I said, it's not a whole lot to see. But most people enjoy the sitting by the river. That we have a great view of the profile, Grandfather Mountain profile there. So that's another huge asset. But yeah.
And you can actually see, the vineyards are right there too. And
Yeah,
we're so lucky to grow up there.
Yeah.
You're definitely blessed.
And you were saying our vineyards are right there. We do actually use everything we can grow right there, but we do buy quite a bit of our fruit from other vineyards as well. So we do have a couple wines we do every year that are estate-grown wines, but we only have 2 of those every year, and then we have a red wine and a white wine. Our red wine is called our Profile Red. Our white's called our Terrace Gold, and those are either 100% estate grown or partially estate grown. And then we have other wines that we buy fruit from, a lot of local growers around here, and they're starting to pop up quite a bit. But it's still very limited as far as what we can get locally. So we do buy fruit from, the eastern part of the state, Virginia. We bought fruit from Tennessee. We've even bought fruit from out west. So it just kind of depends on what style of wine I'm going for. So, it varies from year to year and wine to wine.
So maybe a wine that you make this year, this might be the only time we get it?
Exactly, yeah.
That is so cool.
And, I do try to have, the same. We always have a Chardonnay. We always have our Profile Red. But each year it's going to be a little different because we might use a few different grapes, and 2, just the growing season is going to be different.
Yeah.
The weather's going to be way different. So there's a lot of factors that go into the, what the end product's going to end up like every year.
Absolutely. It's almost like an art form.
Oh, yeah.
Because actually it is, and that's what the beauty of it is. It's always going to be a little bit different, but it's still quality good wine.
It's a little bit of chemistry and a lot of art. So that's what.
Well, you do a fantastic job, and I know your dad is very proud of you, and it's a great family business. Yeah, definitely.
And it is. It's a very family atmosphere as well. You said you've been. We always encourage folks to bring some food and sit by the river and have a glass. And we also are kid friendly, and we also are dog friendly. So.
Yes, that is fantastic, and like I said, it's beautiful. You have to go check it out. And when are you guys open?
Currently, we're open 7 days a week, but that'll end. We're open 7 days a week, 12 to 6, and on Sunday 1 to 5. But starting in December, we'll be open every day but Tuesday, the same hours. So.
All right, fantastic. And you guys have a website?
We do. It's www.grandfathervineyard.com.
Are y'all on any social media or anything?
We have a Facebook, and we do have a Twitter as well.
All right,
So,
wonderful.
yeah, we do
Definitely have to find you
everything.
guys. And let's see, one more thing I was going to say. Oh my goodness, my mind's going blank.
The AVA?
Yes,
the
thank
AVA,
you,
yeah.
thank you.
So like I was saying, we have 2 wines that we do that are partially estate grown, and we buy a lot of our grapes, and we have trouble finding local grapes because there's not a lot of growers. But the High Country Wine Growers Association has recently applied for an AVA, which is a viticulture area. Johnny James was in here talking about that a few days ago, but that's going to be really big for us because one, that's going to bring in a lot of people to come to the area to try the wine, but also it's going to bring in more growers, which is key for us because we we don't have a lot of grapes right there that we can use, and we don't have a lot of growers. But as this AVA comes to light, people will start coming here hopefully and planting some more grapes, and we can start to see what's going to grow well and what kind of wine we can do from the grapes that are grown right in this area.
And that means different flavors and different styles.
Absolutely.
And a whole new different art form of wine.
Yep.
And can we buy your wine anywhere else other than your vineyard?
Yeah, we sell to local small wine stores like Peabody's and Eric's Shoes and Wine and the Blown Rock Market, but and in a few different restaurants in the area, but we're still small, so we just about as far as we can go in about 30 minutes. It's about as far as we go.
Okay, that's still great though. It's a treat for us. We're the lucky ones up here.
That's right. There you go.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dylan, for being
Not a
here.
problem.
Like I said, before it gets too cold, you got to go out there and sit by that Watauga River and drink some of their great wine. It's fantastic. But thanks again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back after this.